Hi, guys. Welcome to Weekly Travel Updates. I hope that you can hear me. Somebody just put a comment and say, I can hear you. I'm on a different computer. Maybe the quality of the picture's not quite as good, but I bet you can hear me. And that's the most important part because, sorry, I just couldn't fix it last week. Okay, tonight I am going to share with you how you can reduce your stress for holiday travel. And I'm going to tell you, um, travel scams are up 900%. Don't be clicking on those really too good to be true deals on Facebook Marketplace because you just might get taken. Please make a comment. Put a number 1 if you can hear me, please. Anyway, and then the December skies. I don't know if you had an opportunity to see the meteor showers that we're having. Look just at sunset, where sunset might be, just after it gets dark. And you'd be surprised. Over the weekend was a highlight of the first meteor shower, but we have another one coming. And if you're further north from us, then you really have a possibility of seeing the northern lights further south than normal. All right. Let's see. I wished I knew if you could hear me. I am going to check it out, and I'm going to play this guy for you because he is just too cute. Okay, this is Mom's new favorite toy. And I expect it'll be around all during the holidays. Okay, speaking of holidays, you know, travel scams are way up. Periodicals are saying 900%. And let me tell you what's happening. They're putting posts on Facebook, on Instagram, on even YouTube, and places where you wouldn't expect it. If it sounds too good to be true, have your travel agent check it out for you. Don't go purchasing things because if it sounds too good to be true, it usually is. All right. Other ways people are being scammed are they've just started the ability for you to put your passports on your Android account. It's not ready for iPhone yet, but in your Google Wallet. And you can scan those for many US airports now. I say this first because my next tip about how people are getting scammed is cell phones are getting gone everywhere. We're very busy. When I head to the airport, I don't have it in here with me right now. When I head to the airport, I have a crossbody bag. It's only about this big, about this thick, but I slide my phone down in a side pocket and don't do that anymore. Also, don't put your address on your luggage tag anymore. Believe it or not, if they see that or hear you check in front of them, you're going to Alaska. If you have your Burlington address on the tag, believe it or not, their homes are being broken into, and they fear that it's leading back to information that we provide that we no longer need to provide. All the airline needs is your cell phone number. Excuse me. Anyway, so that's something else we don't need to do. Hold on. I dropped my notes on the ground. When we go to check in, make sure everything is zipped. You know, they're saying the hard suitcases are really the way to go, because if you have a soft-sided suitcase, baggage handlers have been caught. They're taking things out of our luggage. How many times have you traveled on an international flight and you got this little postcard size note in it that says that your bag has been searched? I've gotten several of them. And there isn't really any reason. I do carry liquids in there. I carry it in a shoe box. If you hadn't heard that story from me before, don't let your clothes be ruined. Put anything liquid, hairspray, suntan lotion in a shoe box and pack around it. It protects it and it keeps it from getting on other things in your suitcase. Anyway, these new scams that are out are people are walking around airports, walking around hotel lobbies, walking around restaurants where there are a lot of tourists, and they're just picking up your phone and taking off. Now, I just said about they're accepting online passports, so you can grab a copy of your passport if you're on Android in the Google wallet, and that's being accepted. But now your phone becomes even more valuable to that thief who just randomly is walking by and they see phones on a table at a restaurant, or worse yet, you're walking through a crowded airport and you're looking down at your phone, somebody grabs it and just runs the other way. You're in a crowded airport. People are not getting caught, even with surveillance. It's terrible. We need to be more aware. I'm the world's worst. I'm looking at my phone to see which gate I'm going to or what have you. But they're saying, yeah, really, you need to be aware. You need to be aware of everything. When we're on the trams, if you go through Atlanta Airport, the trams, you're going to bump into people. They're working in teams. So if you have a bag over your arm or you have an open bag, one person distracts you or speaks to you and gets your attention this way, and the other person has slipped their hand in your bag just to reach in and get what they can. And oftentimes, recently, it's a cell phone. I don't know about you. I went through losing one in the airport a couple of years ago, and phew, it was a lot of stuff. You just don't think about what all you have in your mobile device. So a big be careful. Okay, one of the ways that we can reduce stress as we're going into the holiday season is to give yourself more time. We're having one time of year travelers, you know, they fly to grandma's, or it's kids' first time flight to grandma's. You're having a lot more inexperienced travelers traveling this time of year. So that's going to slow things up regretfully. But where it normally is 2 hours before a flight, you need to be in line at TSA 2 hours before the flight. So if you're driving from Burlington to Raleigh, it's going to take you an hour to get there. It's going to take you 30 minutes to park, get your bag stuff, and get inside. So that's an hour and a half. And then you need to be there 2 hours in advance. Women, just push it on your husbands. Tell them, if you want to reduce the stress, get to the airport early. There are so many people who are last minute, and because it's right here at Christmas, you know, they're begging to scoot by everybody, and they get to in most cases. So don't be that person. Get there early. Check in 24 hours in advance. And if you're flying internationally, please do it 72 hours in advance. I recently had friends who, well, back this summer, they were supposed to travel way up north, and they got all the way to the airport, and only one of 4 tickets had been issued. They weren't my customers. They were just friends of mine. So, wow, that would be awful. There's a reason why they ask you to do that. They ask security questions. They remind you what you can't take on board anymore. If you are somebody who's got to have connectivity, take a USB and plug it in. You can listen or watch whatever's on your phone directly on most screens on the flights now. Okay, let's go to something else. For international baggage has gotten to be really bad. If you're flying internationally, go on and buy those TSA locks, because baggage handlers, particularly in Madrid, I just saw it released where they've caught them opening luggage and getting things out. Again, if you have hard-sided luggage, and particularly if you wrap it or at least have a strap around it, what you're trying to do is make it require more time for them to choose your bag. Let them choose another bag, a random bag that doesn't have extra security on it. They're really, really looking for soft-sided zip-up bags because they're 99% of the time they're easiest to get into. If you lose something at the airport, take access of all of your stuff before you get on. I make a photo of everything tech-wise that I'm carrying, from chargers and cords to cameras and phones and laptop and everything. Because if something goes missing and you don't have a picture of it before you take off on this trip, I put it right beside a copy of my travel itinerary. Then if you try to request lost or stolen from your luggage or an insurance request claim, you're going to need that. And it's almost gotten to be, gone are the days that they just believed that you had, 2 iPods and earbuds in there. And, for Christmas, I had all this stuff in there for gifts. Take a picture. It's much easier, but don't carry that kind of stuff, and check it, because the airlines are only required to pay you about $250 per bag if it's lost. Anyway, okay, on to TSA locks are the safest. TSA locks can be opened by many of those baggage handlers, but only trustworthy ones would go that far. They're going to open somebody's bag that doesn't have a lock on it, guys. Air tags are another way for you to keep up with it. Particularly if I were going internationally, I would have an air tag now. We're flying in January. It's going to be nonstop. Nope, we're going to make a connection going down nonstop on the way back. I won't use an air tag for that, but you can bet that to reduce the stress, I will have a change of clothes in my carry-on, all of my medication, all of my makeup, the essentials that I would need for that first evening if my bags were lost or delayed. So all of that's going to be with me. If they get to the gate and they say, we'll check your rollerboard, I've almost gotten to where I really don't want them to, because so many things have gone missing here in 2024 that don't be parted with your stuff. Okay. Be ready to take out all of your electronics now. There are still airports. Greensboro requires you to take off your shoes and take out your electronics. Raleigh, you don't have to do either. I don't know where you fly from, but I mean, that wouldn't deter me because Greensboro is a closer drive than Raleigh is. However, it just means you need to be prepared. Make sure you wear socks if you have on shoes that don't require socks. Just wear them at least through TSA. TSA is gone into clear at Raleigh Durham. So if you have a clear application in, that has gone into full swing there. Greensboro, well, the lines were long, but they went pretty fast. And everybody was still taking off everything. Oh, good note. This is wintertime. Everybody's going to be carrying heavy coats. One way is as soon as you get on the plane, take a trash bag, put everybody's coat in it, and close it up and put it in an overhead bin. Particularly if you have a white coat or a pink coat like my mom. You don't want to have them in the seat taking up your space unless you want to roll one up and use it as a pillow. But if you're going from here to Florida, boy, once I get on that plane, I'm golden. I don't need that coat again until I'm on my way home. So I'm going to put that in there and be one less thing I have to worry about. And when I get to Florida and it's all nice and muggy, nice and more humid, that will be cool for us. Okay. Let's see. If you're traveling international, they have really gotten strict on liquids. So get you a quart size bag. I carry a small zipper quart size bag. It came from a travel section. That won't work for Europe because they now have gone to a liter size bag. It's just a little thinner. If you have it in a quart size bag, they'll fold it over and stick it into a liter bag. You'll be golden. But be cognizant of what you're taking. That's why I carry a shoebox in my checked luggage, and anything beyond 3.4 ounces needs to go in there. And some ways that you can reduce the amount of liquids that you take are like, for me, I wash my face with this facial stuff that's in a little glass bottle. I'm just putting it on cotton balls and packing that. Then I put that in my carry-on, but it doesn't take up space in my liquids. I have gotten to where I use hard soap, solid soap for my hair. Oh man, a friend gave me some last year for Christmas and it was awesome. Hi, Anita. I'm sorry. Hi, Alicia and Charles Wagner. Hey. He says they did not require me to take out my laptop. Ooh, they got through clear. But he says the airport in Yuma, Arizona did not honor their pre-check clearance. They made him take off his shoes and belt. Hey, in Las Vegas, even if you had TSA clearance, they were making them take their belts off. Seemed like a new thing because several people said something about it. So I'm glad to see you. Hope you guys have a Merry Christmas. Okay, let's go back to the passport deal. You guys know that we are now going to have a electronic authorization to go into the UK. You're going to have your real ID to fly domestically. But if you have an Android, now you can use your passport photo in your Google Wallet to get through there. I can't imagine that iPhones are not going to be like right behind it with something very quick. But be cognizant of these tag teams of people going in airports. Okay, baggage claim was the very worst place. You know why? Because anybody can go into baggage claim. Once that door is pushed open, they can come in without a ticket, without a boarding pass. They didn't have to be on a flight. They didn't have to get off of a flight. Be cognizant of your surroundings. I've traveled by myself here on several flights, and I'm more aware because I have been reading how the scams have gone up and up, and thefts and things like that. Just be more aware. That's my word. Speaking of a word, Charles, if you and Michelle take off, have a code word for what if some guy sits down right behind her on the shuttle bus from Easy Park at Raleigh Durham into the airport. If she doesn't feel comfortable in saying, I really don't feel comfortable with this guy, he's breathing down my neck, he's looking around my shoulder. If you had a one word code word, phony, or just pick something, then if she looked at you and said that word, you would know to look around and take in what she's talking about. It's even more important if you have kids or if you're traveling with a group of people. Have a code word. You know, if you're walking through JFK Airport and you're getting on an international flight and you see your friends up ahead and somebody's really, really almost taking stuff out of their bag, if you just yelled out, hey, phony, look, if that's your word, then everybody in our group would be looking. Just something else to be aware of. Sometimes you don't want to call people out, although if they're in an airport and you see somebody reaching into somebody's bag, I would call them out in a second. I mean, I would say, hey, dude, is that your bag? They're watching people. They watch if you left all of your stuff and you went to the restroom, how close can they get to that? And who's watching that for them? People are just walking off with stuff. At baggage carousels, be there. Don't waste your time in a duty-free shop. Somebody get to the baggage carousel, because again, since anybody can go into baggage claim, there are bags that are just being taken, and security can show that yes, this person picked up a purple bag and left with it, but they have no way of tracing that person. And if that has all of your cruise clothes in it for a week, well, then you're going to be out of luck. Okay, guys, I have taken enough time. I wanted to tell you, I am still doing gift certificates for Christmas. Travel fits everybody. We are leaving January 1st, and we are terribly excited. I am about 50 to 60% sure we're going to do a Hawaii cruise this fall. I have several couples who's asked, and it was going to be Hawaii or back to Alaska. Hawaii. We've done Alaska a couple times each of the last couple of years, so we're excited, and we're looking at Scotland, and you and Michelle might have interest in that too. We've been talking about it, but other things came up. Now that I am not in the office, and I had a client call me today, and she didn't realize that I have been home for 6 months. Back in May, I chose to semi-retire. I am as busy as I could be. If I had a store to add to my workload right now for Christmas, it would not be a good idea. So, but I came home to make sure that I'm here for Mom, and with my grandson, I wanted the flexibility of not being tied down to a physical location. So I am thoroughly enjoying it. Most of you know how to reach me. Oh, I forgot my little banner to go across the bottom tonight. Anyway, my email is mcf4action, Melinda Crisco Fargas, for action @gmail.com. Or message me, DM me, anywhere. I will get it. We're just about everywhere. I wanted to tell you, if you're local, I'm participating in, I don't know how I got in this quite, but I'm participating in an indoor event this week. We are going to be on Haggard Avenue in Elon every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And we're having an indoor pop-up sale, holiday sale. Probably 80% of it is brand new merchandise that friends of mine have already there. But since I have a large supply of leftovers from Clay Street Antiques and Treasures, I have decided that, yes, I must purge some more. So let's take it up there. I have 3 big steamer trunks and just lots of stuff. Come up and see us. It's at Polly's Pub and Grill in Elon on Haggard. So I'm so glad you guys joined us tonight. Send me your messages. And in 2025, I want to hear your stories. If you've had a travel incident, something that you want to talk about, a question, how would you have handled this? Reach out to me. I am going to have more speakers that join us. Several of the people I met in Las Vegas really want to share their offers with you. So if they can make the pot sweet enough, we're going to let them do it. Okay? Ciao, guys. Have a great week. Have a Merry Christmas. Talk to you next Monday. Oh, next Monday. Yes, we'll still do it next Monday. We might have people around, but we'll do it next Monday. All right. Have a great one. Ciao.